What's going on? Welcome back, everyone. And we got some pretty exciting stuff going on right now. Bitcoin's imploding. The metals are exploding. The market's going to new highs. I mean, it's just crazy out there today. But it should have been a fantastic day trading for me. Had the right idea, wrong execution. But what's going on, Mike? How are you doing today? How's it going?
It's good. I mean, I voted, so feeling good about that. I mean, look, it was just a weird day, man. It was a weird tape. But ended up positive on the day, but just weird, man. Started out red and just had to fight my way back, and a lot of dislocations today.
Yeah, there definitely was. That's kind of what threw me off a lot this morning, is, the dislocation between the dollar and well, initially it was the dollar, oil, gold. There was a lot of dislocation with those, the rates. And it kind of threw me off my game, which is why I messed up a little bit. But that's all right. New trading day tomorrow, more opportunities to come. But yeah, interesting day out there. I mean, it was mainly fueled by the crypto implosion. And I guess the elections, maybe people are pricing in a red wave. Who knows? But it was just crazy
Well,
day.
I was expecting an up move today, just like we talked about. I mean, we're getting, we're getting the nice little bounce that we thought that we could possibly get going into Thursday. It just was just very, I don't know, man, just weird. It's just weird, but at least we're finally getting it.
Yeah, fine. That's very true. I mean, that's really what I was looking for yesterday, but day later, it's coming. But yeah, and then my buddy Dow is really leading the way and has been. It's great. But
you mean the new Fang group?
That's right.
The Fang guys is now the Dow.
That's right. Simon, you missed a lot, bro. What the hell did I? I don't know. Not much.
Miss anything?
No. Not much. Just some good moves. But yeah, Born Alum. He had that bonsai tree imported from China.
I'm trying to get with my China brethren here.
Yeah.
Just
yeah. But yeah, this feels like red wave pricing. Was expecting down today after Trump was set to announcement for running. He didn't. Yeah. But yeah, I not really no economic events that went on today. Obviously, we had the election today, and we just had some crypto implosion. But yeah, I mean, I got really nothing else for you. Really going what as far as what came out today.
Nothing came out today.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's we talked about it. It's eerily quiet. There's no Fed governors talking, yapping their gums, which is a shocker. I mean, it's been very quiet, probably observing the period time of where people are going to go vote, don't want to influence the election, or seem to be influencing the election. So this is all the quietness that, really what we were thinking as far as getting a nice little run. And so I just wasn't expecting the straight down move to begin the day.
Yeah, no, I wasn't either. That's for sure. But why don't you pull up the charts and show us the market? Because it's about to break out of highs right now.
Yeah, market's doing good, and you guys should have been prepared for this. I mean, if you look here on the weekly chart for the SPY, just kind of inside action right here. So kind of sitting at interesting levels. If you look at the daily chart, we talked about this 380.54 this morning. Pre-market, I talked about, all right, look, we got back above the 50, this 380.54. If we can just, charge and go above that, I think we can really get going. Opened above it. And now we're kind of, button up in here. I expect us to possibly run up into the 100, into the top of this range here. So my target going into Thursday is really around 390, 388, right up around the 100 moving average. I think that should be about good for where we're going. You can see volume just, dismal compared to where we were. And I think that's part of the, and, we still have this RSI divergence, but I think the low volume too is part of why it just feels so just tough, right? Tough to trade.
Yeah, a lot of very light volume out there, and so you get more extreme moves. I mean, I'd like to see the market continue to 200, but I mean, CPI's in 2 days, so
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what, the SPY go past the 200?
nah. I mean, I was gonna say I'd like to see it reach. I mean, look, at that point, if the SPY reaches the 200, the Dow's gonna be at like all-time
all-time
highs.
highs. Yeah.
All-time highs. So
Yeah, exactly. So, but interesting action. Here's the 4 hour. What are you seeing in here, Ty, as we kind of zone in here?
yeah, this is the area that I was talking about as far as where I was watching, because the daily was telling me I wanted to see continued longs, and now the 4 hour, since we broke structure here, this is where we broke structure, or I guess where we started the attempt to break structure is where we're sitting at right now. So going to be an interesting area to see if we can break. This is the lows back in May. This is a pivot point back in September. And now it's a pivot point back in October, and now we're coming back up to November. So where we're sitting at now is going to be an interesting area to see if we continue down as far as this broken structure, or if the daily is going to take you over and we start pushing up higher and we, break through. So we'll see. Interesting area.
Yeah, nice bounce off 200 in here. If you look at the 15-minute, again, 379.53. That was kind of my stop area today as far as what I was looking at, and we're well above that now. And if you look at the intraday, first things first, that that trade we kind of talked about, and I'll wait till we get to the ES because it's kind of mapped out in here. But you can kind of see SPY just, again, sideways action on a little bit of a gap up in the markets. Pre-market, they dropped us straight off. Found support where we expected at that 15-minute high that I showed you. That 379.57, that's where I was looking for some action. We got it right into that area and then bounced out. So if you look at the 15-minute high, it's why you got to look at all time frames, guys. I mean, this is the area, right at the top of this diamond that, and it's where we found support here that you would expected to find support. So good game plan coming in. I just didn't expect a straight drop down. It just seemed like it was just straight to the bottom. But they bounced it off it, and we've been going higher ever since. If you look at the ES, I mean, that trade, and actually, that we called out the end of the show yesterday was just great, wasn't it, Ty?
Yeah.
I mean, just great action. The action that we had yesterday. And let me pull this up right in here. Okay, is the trade that we were talking about. And just, nice break in here of structure. Kind of filtered it around. And then if you missed all this retest into this area right here, right at the 50. Nice retest, and then you got yourself a bounce up into highs. So nice trade. That was a great trade yesterday at the end of the show. And then if you look in here today, I had some decent trades. Like I said, falling into that 15-minute high area was really an important area of support. And then, of course, we broke out, found support at this 38.20 area. We were trading live together online with a bunch of people, and this area we talked about. I know Simon took this trade, I took the trade, and we got a nice little trade. This kind of, from effing ourselves up around in here, this trade up in here was what, kind of solved and healed our red wounds, Ty. So nice little trade. Now we're kind of just going sideways. You got 38.55 area. By the way, the 38.55 area is really the area where we fell apart from the FOMC. So an important area of confluence right in here for the ES, and you can see just nice looking trading in here.
Yeah, very clean.
Yeah, the Qs, in between the 9 and the 21. So tech, kind of hanging in there, a little bit more positive than we've seen it recently. So tech catching a little bit of a bid. IWM kind of lagging a little bit, actually. The other indices, you got these increased lows in here, kind of hanging above the 100, using that as support. So it looks like it wants to retest the 200. But here's your new,
baby.
Here's your new FANG group. Microsoft, Facebook, Apple. They have nothing on the Dow 30.
Come on now. Although it's going to be interesting coming up into price action, because we are breaking these highs and we're printing some RSI divergence at this overbought level. So could it come into interesting territory here to where if we top out at this resistance here, could get a nice little dipsy daisies if CPI comes in shit.
Yeah, without a doubt. They going in and grabbing that liquidity and then boom. But I mean, look at this breakout, man.
Yeah.
Value stocks. I mean, what's that tell you? Value stocks leading the way.
Yep.
Okay, value stocks leading the way. Rates. I mean, look, still in an active sequence. Kind of the calm before the storm. I said, one of the important things we have is the bond market auctions this week. Coming on, we had, I think, the 3-month or it was the 3-year auction that hit the tape coming on. We got the 10 and 20 and the 30 coming later in the week, and they're going to be important bond auctions because it's going to give us a basis for liquidity. Matter of fact, short-term yields kind of falling off now. A little bit faster yield curve, maybe steepening a little bit, and that's kind of helping the market as well as the bid to cover came in less than what they were looking. Yes, the 3-year notes, the bid to cover came in a little bit less, so that kind of brought down short-term yields a little bit. So kind of looking at that. I know you're going to talk about the dollar kind of falling into the area I was looking for it to fall into, again, helping us with that bid. I haven't had a chance to look into it, but I guess the rumors Bank of Japan back and doing their thing, which would be, of course, interesting. You have the VIX, one of the 3 horsemen, kind of staying low. So, it's, I think if things go the way it looks like the election's going to go, okay, which the market, again, it's not about Republican or Democrat. It's about being a jammed up house so that nobody can pass anything. Markets like that, right? They like that stability. They don't want to see any big bills and stuff like that. So if the markets kind of stay away there, it looks like, and the election delivers on what it's supposed to deliver on with a Republican wave, then I think what you're going to see is a nice big rally tomorrow. So I'm calling that nice big rally tomorrow, possibly, and then going, of course, petering out as we traders position themselves going into the print. Going into the CPI print. And Mo, my take on the CPI print is that we're it's going to be bad and it's going to send markets down. So that's my take. But we'll get more into that tomorrow. I mean, the interesting thing, and I see, Born, I'm talking about, one of the things, and you can, guys, if you're in here, Chris, and you guys, I talked about it this morning. If the Republicans win, and we really haven't focused on this thesis, and maybe the trade's over already, right? You would expect a run up in oil, right? Because maybe they could release some, get more of beneficial towards oil. And, again, maybe that was the run up that we saw from, down here in oil in anticipation as they started to turn. You'd also expect solar to kind of fall off a little bit. And again, maybe that trade, Ty, what do you think? Maybe that trade is what we saw in here.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe we saw that already.
And the other one was the cannabis thing. And that's where I was like, you know what? Shorten cannabis, right? If that happens. But what's interesting is it's kind of wedging. Look how it's wedging in the 100 here. And with the higher lows and kind of wedging up, it's getting really tight.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see us kind of fall out of here and do that thing. So getting a nice little drop down in markets, Ty, and I'm gonna let you take over because I think you're gonna start with security that you normally end end your section with, because I know we're all kind of on pins and needles. What's going on with this Bitcoin, bro?
Dude, I'm watching it, and it's just like imploding right now. And it's funny and it's just really crazy to me because I know typically when Bitcoin's imploding, risk off and the market drops. But right now you're seeing, Bitcoin imploding in the market back at highs here, but it's steadily having this nice downtrend. And I know everybody already knows, but we'll put it out there anyways. FTX broker is actually they were just losing all their money. They were just imploding on themselves. And so Binance, their rival, stepped in and said, hey, we'll buy you out because, you guys are, don't have really any liquidity left. And so that started causing a lot of pain in the crypto markets. Bitcoin, Ethereum dying right now. If you look at cryptos,
well, that actually, let's back up in the story. That kind of caused the Bitcoin to kind of get on a run and get back over 20, right? But with the Binance rumored deal, Binance was coming in to kind of rescue. You saw that big run up in Bitcoin. But like I said, and I kind of put this in Discord, I was like, let's short this shit, right? Because it was a non-binding agreement that Binance made. I mean, what is it, Ty?
FTX.
FTX had $6 billion worth of withdrawals in the last 72 hours, which you're alluding to, which caused those pains. But then you have Binance come in, and it looked like, Mara, pull up Riot. All those got these huge intraday pops, which I'm like, short the shit out of that, man. This is a non-binding agreement. And lo and behold, just after that, we got the news that all withdrawals are paused.
Yeah, I mean, look, so we had a drop overnight off of the FTX starting to implode, and then we had the pop, and the pop literally all it did was retrace this drop almost to the T from overnight, and then it started dropping again based off the same fundamentals. So that move back up was just basically to
order filled.
to fix that drop last night. It's really not really a fundamentally changing thing, the merge that is. So that's why you're seeing this drop off, because it's showing the security behind crypto platforms. FTX, I mean, they were a decent platform. They had a US one, and now Binance is only buying out the foreign one, not the US one. But it's just showing the insecurity with crypto exchanges right now, that how easily it could fall apart. And so I think that's why you're seeing every single one of my cryptocurrencies over here on the watch list is red. That was the sound of Ty short and gold in this double top. Nice fishing line, buddy. Now, all right, now you know that if there's an order fill on the stream, that's Mikey Mike.
That's why we all started laughing. That was a pretty loud order filled, wasn't it?
Oh,
Jesus.
My God. I got to see what Mike's trading right now. Oh, look at the market fall off. That must be what you're trading right now.
Yeah. Trading the market, man.
But, okay. All right. I see this gold double top. Shit, maybe you'll see an order fill from my end, too.
Yeah, we're just going to stop the stream right now, guys, and we're going to just start trading, all right?
This stream turned into a live trading stream.
Exactly.
Real quick,
I promised Tyler I wouldn't trade during the show, but I think if he sees the chart, he...
Oh, my God. Oh, man. So, it's, guys, all over the place, shit's moving. So, back to, look, so crypto... now back at these lows here, and honestly, I don't see any reason for it not to be. And it's just showing again, like I said, every time it shows its insecurity in the crypto world, and how I guess exposes the holes it has. It always has a nice drop in it, and every time you get the hacking exposes crypto, you have these exchanges becoming illiquid and losing all their money, having to halt the withdrawals, exposes the holes it has, and so then you see some drops in crypto. And honestly, this is probably just the start of it. And I think once you see a break of these lows that we've been holding, this 18,000 mark, then it's tough. It's done. It's dead in the water. But right now you do have that support at 18, and we'll see if it holds. We'll see if it holds. And if it drops 18, honestly, I mean, it could. Really, it could bring down the markets. So, what's the news, Mo? Are you talking about the market right now? I'm not sure. Probably just profit taking. Maybe I'm not sure.
On the market, I think is definitely cratering on the Bitcoin drop.
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin is breaking levels. I mean, look, again, it was dislocated like we talked about Bitcoin in the market today. Maybe the market's catching back up to, what's going on with Bitcoin, because to, risk off with Bitcoin, market's going to sell off, and you're seeing the market crater right now. So, interesting. With that, I mean, gold. I mean, everything's just moving like crazy today. I mean, yeah, Euro USD reversing as well. Mal said, yeah, Euro USD is reversing. So does that mean we're going to see the dollar starting to pop? Yeah, dollar starting to pop because Bitcoin's imploding. So, all right, let's go to the dollar now that we're on the dollar, because I just don't even know where to go at this point, because everything's just fucking all over the place.
It's all over the place, man. Just you've lost me for the show.
I've lost my train of thought, because
you've lost me for the show, man. It's like we're down we go.
I go from one class to another class to another. I'm like, well, this shit's moving. What do I got?
Yeah, where do I go? The market's just like,
man, where do I run for safety? But man, the dollar, man, yeah. So yesterday the bearish close pretty strong. I was just all fucked up in trading today because I was not all there. I was so tired, and I had the same bias. I expected a continuation down in the dollar, and that's why I was really looking for long in the metals, and I was long the metals originally. But regardless, the dollar expect to drop down to 109.400, which is his previous area. This is really 109 to 108, strong area for the dollar, and now we're seeing some dip buying come into play. This 109.4, which is the bottom where we found some dip buying. Almost every time the last couple months here, and so you're seeing that nice double bottom here on the Dixie, and now we're pushing up pretty hard here. So I maybe we start clearing this move here and pushing up past 110. I mean, if we're seeing the market catch up to its what it's supposed to be doing with Bitcoin, we see the dollar catch up and start moving back up and filling this move here, and everything's just going to start going back in the same direction that it was anticipated to go in this morning. And so now we'll see what happens here. But dollar's pushing off its lows. We'll see if it holds 109.4, which is an important area.
I thought, wait a minute, got to stop the presses. I thought the $2 billion ticket wasn't sold. I thought I thought it was going now to 2.3 billion.
Did they fix it? I mean, because I know we had
issues.
Off.
Yeah, it went off.
Oh.
Man, this is a reversal in the market. This is pretty interesting stuff here, man.
Wow. California snags $2 billion win. Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. It's insane. Good for them.
Well, it's going to help. Hey, look at it this way, man. That's going to help California's tax deficit.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck. Without a doubt. But yeah, so look, markets filled most of this move almost back towards open of the day, and it's probably going to take over red for the day. Looking at gold, Bitcoin still down. Looking at gold for the day. Gold had a massive just... Oh, Enderwiggin. Everyone's coming in now because they're realizing what the fuck's going on in the markets.
Yeah, everybody coming in, man. Enderwiggin, we're trading. Don't worry, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, sad crypto day, and it's definitely a sad day because you probably see just a start of an implosion. Gold had a fucking massive rally today, and I'm really pissed off because it should have paid me off.
You should have paid me off.
But, dude, I was just not trading well today. I was originally long, and I would have made just probably an absolutely just smashed record day of profits today. I didn't because I traded like an absolute asshole today. But gold had a nice rally, dude. It's just a lack of liquidity out there right now. And we're seeing a nice break through the 1681. A lot of accumulation was going on in here, and we just saw it smack out of here with a weak dollar. Now we're approaching 1728. Important area to keep an eye on as we start coming back into this previous double top here. And so I'm gonna look for it to continue in that direction unless we do come down and fill this breakout here and retest. Like, we'll see what happens with the dollar. But gold, massive move. We'll see if it holds. Oil starting to take a big nosedive, which is mainly because we're seeing that nice dollar rally here. Broke this 90-30, and now we've broken an important level, because this level that we're now breaking, if you look at it, was really the line in the sand for it. If it's going to maintain its bullish stance in here, it's this massive pivot point that we've been seeing for the last couple of months that we're now broken below. So now it looks like we're coming down to retest 87 to 86. And this bullish sequence that we had going on here looks like it could potentially be in danger and be broken if we can continue below 87 to retest these highs. So we'll see what happens in the coming, I guess, hours or minutes, however long it takes. But looks like oil's heading down to retest its 86 level. Nat gas filled its gap and is still plummeting today, down 8%. Fuck. Wheat's I mean, look, shit, dude. If you're looking for something positive, copper's up and at its highs here. So there you go. But yeah, dude, it's fucking nuts out there. The ES finally stopped. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, it bounced at a really important level. So
very strong level.
You know, kind of Bitcoin's kind of stopped its little gyrations here for the moment.
Yeah. So for the moment, we'll see. What I'd like to see is it back test 19.2 and then see where we go from there. But I mean, shit. And then USD JPY, the yen, they were selling some more treasuries today. I believe that's what I saw. So, you know, we're now seeing that was originally one of the reasons we saw the dollar fall off here. So USD JPY is falling through this level here, 145, 146 area. Now it's an important area that they use to intervene with. Back on September 22nd, and it was the bottom here in October 21st when they intervened as well. So this is a very important pivot point for the yen, 146 area, 145.5. So we'll see what happens here, whether it holds or not. But yeah.
Order filled.
Oh man. So I mean, look, that's. I'm gonna give it back to you because now it's my turn to fill some orders here. And
all right, hold on. Let me just get out of this order while I'm freaking. Anyhow, so what just hit the tape is Coin's having connect. Okay, you can't make this shit up. Coin is having connection issues.
Well,
now.
dude, come on. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, we're looking into it right now. Your funds are safe. Don't worry, your funds are safe.
Yeah. That's what they say now before a panic happens, but I'm telling you, it's exposing the crypto market right now, and it's not going to be good for it. Coinbase is actually getting back down to lows. So,
I mean, which coin at?
Coin's sitting at the lows of 51. Dude, the only positive. Guess what? I'll give you one guess. What the only positive crypto is today. I don't even know if you were paying attention today, but
Dogecoin.
No, man, the one that bought out FTX.
Oh, of course,
Binance.
Of course.
But it fully retraced this move because they realized that it was the dumbest fucking decision they've ever made in their life. So now Binance is going to go down with FTX. Enderwigan, there you go. You knew, buddy.
I mean, so here's the thing. Okay, I mean, come on, you can't make this stuff up. You can't be a bank during a bank run and lock your doors and say, oh, well, you know, we're fine. Which is pretty much what Coinbase is doing.
Yep. Yeah, right, exactly.
So that's, you know, and my thing is, obviously, if that's not true, then this market's going to rally. You got a pretty good rallying opportunity possibly coming up here. So the fact that we're not seeing Bitcoin just completely implode, I think, is a good sign. And you're gonna make me take.
You know what else, dude? Hood was getting smacks in the face today too. Robinhood.
Yeah, they were because there's some exposure there.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. That's wait. Let me guess. Does Cathie own some? You know, a lot of Robinhood.
Yeah. You know, does Cathie own Bitcoin?
Dude, probably. Mal would know. Mal's like a Cathie fanatic over there. She probably owns Hood and Bitcoin.
Stupid. We're fine. I just lost the keys. Freaking
We're fine.
freaking Mo's like, well, maybe because Mike said the market's going to rally tomorrow, we're dropping. Thanks.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I'm now, Mark, you and me, bulls, bro. You and me.
Exactly.
You turned me instead of Mao. I'm on Mark's train right now. So
Cathie has a ton of coin. Of course she does. So now she's going right down the fucking hell depths with it.
That's crazy, man.
Funny.
Crazy. Well, that was some fireworks. That was some
That
nice
was
trading.
exciting. Damn, that was one of the most exciting
And
days.
look, guys, I mean, don't tell me levels don't matter, okay? Because look at that big dotted line in there. Look, the green line's the 15-minute low for the day. So, you know, you got to know where your areas are. And, you know, it gives you a really nice, easy trade. And let me kind of zoom in here to make it easier for us. But you can see here, this has been a nice level in here, and now we're fighting with VWAP. So I love this news, man. It was a slow, kind of grindy day, and now we just got, like, you know, we got some news. So
yeah.
I guess, you know, where do we go from here, Ty? I mean, I don't know where we go from here, but Mikey's just Mikey's just trading. So I'm done on the long side. I did take this bounce off here. I needed to get, you know, if you're looking to buy the market, you know, on maybe this is just some bullshit news and it'll go back to the scene of the crime, which to me would be 38.55. You got to get back above VWAP. What else are you looking in here, Ty? I mean, obviously this is, you know, a pretty decent level. I'd like to see us come down to retest this area, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the important area for me was 38.30, which is at level, or 38.27, which is where you had drawn as well. So, I mean, maybe we fill some of this move to the upside here, but we'll see what happens with Bitcoin. I mean, honestly, for me, the market had to do this to catch up to Bitcoin here. So, I mean, we'll see what happens from here. I don't know. I mean, as long
Bitcoin stabilizing.
Yeah, it's holding down at the 18,000 lows. So we'll see if it holds here and whatnot. Because if it does, good for the market. But I don't know.
I'm ready to buy this bounce back up.
You probably get it. I mean, that's a pretty strong, fast move. And,
pretty strong move. I mean, look at the volume that came into the market. There were some people that were selling first and asking questions later. So I don't know. What do you think, man?
Yeah, no, I think you get a little bit of bounce out of here to fill that move you saw on the way down. But 38.27, I mean 38.30. I mean this area needs a hold.
Yeah, you still got QQQs. You still got IWM kind of hanging below VWAP themselves. Bitcoin just, you know, as much of volume we saw in here, Bitcoin's kind of settled down a little bit. What about you? I'm just looking at the Bitcoin futures.
Yeah, no, Bitcoin, looking at Bitcoin here, I'm looking at this massive, so 18,900 even is a massive liquidity zone and pivot point for it. So it's going to play tug of war here, and it's going to struggle here, and this is a very important area for it to reclaim. So so it's rejecting it right now and falling back over on it. So it doesn't look like it wants to reclaim it yet. So Bitcoin's looking like it wants to have one more shot at the lows here.
Gotcha. So I mean, you can see coin falling on this news. You know, the call out I had today, if you guys are in Discord, I called out this Mara and Riot. You pulled it up when you're going through your Bitcoin analysis, but Mara and Riot, I mean, this was the run up on the Binance news, and about right here is where I'm like, okay, well, what about we take a short on this thing? Because I think that's just some bullshit news, if you ask me. And you know, you would have took a little bit of pain, but nice little trade down. So I think that was pretty good. And I'm going to take some profits in there, guys. Not bad. Not bad. Just playing off VWAP, but I'm starting to see Bitcoin come down a little bit from your analysis, Ty. So what do you think?
Yeah, it's having another shot at lows here. 18.6 is going to be an area you want to watch, but it's trying to cool off from that drop, which is why you're seeing that, you know, short-term consolidation here. But it's coming down to lows, and obviously that 18.9 level that I mentioned, strong area of rejection. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I think to me this because I really think that this is a I don't think this is just an ECB rumor headline because those guys have been just jibber jabbering. I mean, the fact that Coinbase fell like it fell at the same time the market kind of fell. Of course, it could have been correlated, but who knows? Who cares? There's been some good trading in here, and I'll come back if we see something that we need to pop in. Keep an eye for me, Ty, if you see a good trade, because
Yeah.
I'm going to keep on making money. I now have made my day today. Just getting on the show trading. This is great. I tell you what was a good trader added out of the hole here was Square. We kind of had this on our list, and nice little pop out of here. So if you're able to take that, I tell you what, our list was on fire this morning that we had with our traders. CRM was on my list. This is one of the, I mean, look at this, Ty. I took this trade right in here.
Oh yeah, you caught that thing right at the
Right
perfect
in
spot.
here, man. So CRM, I called these out on Discord. I was in AMD early. Had to take some pain on AMD, but I bought back in. And this is another thing, Ty. So here, I'll show you, and you know, full disclosure on this. I bought AMD pre-market a half a position right here, pre-market on the break. Held this. This was really my stop loss line in the sand down here. But I just had I had such a feeling that we were going to go. You wanted to give it a little bit more breathing room. And then we then put it in Discord, added on the higher low bounce off of VWAP. And we didn't hit 65. That was my target. But we took our profits up here. So it was a profitable trade. But also the thesis. What do you think about the thesis, Ty? Of if the Republicans get in, that maybe these semiconductors, which by the way, the index looks hot today, right? That the Republicans find a way around
The China shit.
for the
Yeah.
China stuff, because that's really what they're getting whacked on.
Yeah, no, I think it's a very, very strong thesis there, and it's
And this is why, and everybody knows I love these plays where they gap above an important moving average and then go. And so I saw the gap, and we were gapping on semiconductors. And again, I just feel that, and of course, we didn't get the alpha that we thought we were going to get out of AMD today, but I thought it was going to be a good trade, better trade than it was. I actually had to trade around it to kind of make some money. CRM was, though, the trade. DraftKings, Desire, shout out to Desire. He caught, Mo, it was a good trader, up almost 8% today. DraftKings, it was on our list. Desire took this one. Nice trade, right?
yeah, that was really nice.
So nice trade. And look, this is some of the opportunities you get. So in this market sell-off, look where DraftKings found a bounce right off VWAP, and you could have got yourself maybe 40 cents in there, and that's not a bad, nice little bounce off of that. So something to consider here. I still like the semiconductors going forward, though, Ty. I really do, and I think unless we get a surprise, look, if the Democrats hold stuff, I think you get the market crash.
Yeah,
because again, it's not Republican-Democrat thing. It's just the markets like certainty, and that's as about uncertain as you get.
it's also the policies behind the Democrats right now that they're trying to pass, and
Yeah, and this is disappointing. XBI, I was really excited. XBI was rolling this morning. But look, this is the power of the moving average, man. Look where it petered out, the 50 moving average.
yeah.
So I don't know. That's probably was weird. I was probably way too bullish this morning. I'm sure my guys will tell you that. We, again, we did some live trading today. But I tell you another one, which I'm upset that I didn't trade, was this Airbnb. So this, again, whenever you have a positive trade in the reopening plays, I always go to Airbnb, right? So you had NCLH, I should pull that one up first. The cruise line, Norwegian Cruise Lines, had positive earnings. Had a positive earning trade right out of here. It was on our list. You can see this wedge break, Tie, and then a retest into VWAP. That's a nice trade, isn't it?
Yep.
So you could have got yourself a point on the $17 stock. That's a pretty decent trade right there. Didn't trade it, but my stock, I always go and trade in sympathy with if the reopening plays get any kind of roll up is Airbnb. It kind of fell apart, and I kind of let it go off my list, and then look what it did.
Yep.
So back up to that 100. That's what I was looking for. But you know what? I'm okay with that because if you look at this daily chart, it's an ugliest daily chart that you can possibly see in this market, and whatever Think or Swim wants to kind of show us. But you can kind of see it was just kind of bear flagging here. And, you know, I still thought it had a date with 86 down to the lows. So I kind of took it off my list once it dipped in the morning, but we'll see. Ride actually had a nice little run this morning. You had some positive news, but look where this is why. So why, you know, I get people all the time. Well, why are you looking at moving averages on a daily chart when you're day trading? Well, because look where it freaking failed at the 200. So Ride just couldn't get going. So I kind of stayed away. But look at this short. Nice rejection as when it came back down through the 200. If you could have caught that, but you know, I did not trade that one. Lucid has earnings. Expecting I don't know what to expect out of Lucid, but you know, from a dip buy standpoint, man, look at this dip buy.
Yeah, that's the massive fucking dip buy.
And that is, I mean, massive dip buy, great dip buy on that. You know, Disney has earnings after the bell.
After the bow.
Yeah, but Disney back below 100, so interesting. I mean, obviously, it's going to be all about, if you're following the Disney earnings, it's all about subscribers at this point. I know they've overtaken Netflix, I believe, but you know, Disney's got a lot of congestion right here. You got a lot of moving averages being used as lids, and just can't seem to get going in here. Yeah, Lyft's a disaster. Love how reopening plays are still a thing. Isn't that crazy? That we're still talking about reopening plays. You know, it's just on election day of all places. Which, you know, kind of brings me back to what's Yeti doing? Remember we used to
I love Yeti. I love their cups at least. I don't know.
up 1.3%. So but not a good looking chart.
Oh God, what? Poor Yeti. I love their
Yeti not doing
products.
Well. Supply chain constraints time.
Damn.
Remember Live Nation? That was one of the top stocks that as a fund we were kind of looking at and just getting killed. Actually, I read that Chanos came and he's initiated a short on this. It's fun, so have fun with that. We'll see what happens there. Anyhow, you know, we're kind of get a little pop. I mean, we did get a little pop in the VIX, which is interesting. And I was talking about the VIX, how low it was, right? And a lot of people freaking out over the VIX being low. And let me pull up the 1 minute here. VIX kind of running up here towards try to climb back over 25. That's interesting. But what I was kind of looking at was the VIX on TAC, right, on the NASDAQ 100. And what's been interesting is if you look in here, these are actual trades, Ty. So there's been some spikes to the downside in some of this. And you know, Zero Hedge actually put out a pretty decent article kind of talking about some of this, and Bespoke had a couple things as well. A lot of times when you see the spikes down in volatility like this, it is a precursor to a market crash. So I'm not calling a market crash, but you know, these are not just wicks. These are actual trades that have been registered. And so interesting things.
Well, there you go. Mal called for a rug pull of all rug pulls.
Yeah.
So there's your market crash thesis.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look, you know, everyone's positioned for a peak inflation rally after CPI. I get it. I don't know that they are, though. I really still feel that this is all midterm trading. You know, I don't think this has anything to do with inflation. Matter of fact, one of the reasons, if you look at the VIX, one of the reasons that the VIX is down low, because there's been so many short-term puts being executed versus long-term risk being taken on. So you have a lot of people, I think, trying to position to protect themselves from this inflation print. And I think, at least the way I'm looking at the rally, this is purely a seasonality midterm euphoria, which will eventually end and lead us into back down to lower lows. So I'm not calling for that the lows are in. I'm just calling for a short-term rally. So Ty, what you thinking? Because I'm pretty much done looking at stocks. Let me try to catch up. Anyhow, if you look in here, I mean, what do you see on the ES, Ty? Let me zoom in here so you can kind of give me analysis, because
Yeah,
I haven't traded, and QQQ's got rejected at VWAP. Bitcoin's kind of settling down, but still going down, not going up. So what's your thesis?
yeah. I mean, look, Bitcoin's back down towards its lows and rejected an important area. The market had really no life in the bounce here through VWAP, now below VWAP, and now heading back towards this 3830 rebound area. Really, I mean, I thought we'd have a little more life in it if we were going to retest this move that we had. So seems like we could have a continuation down here, especially if Bitcoin remains below 18.9. So really, I'd be playing off of the 18.9 level in Bitcoin, and it doesn't seem like it wants it. And the market looks like it's going to have another leg down to at least retest this 38.27 area.
Yeah, I would love that. I mean, I would love to come down and retest this area. Had a nice little, this. I mean, look at this chart, Ty. And what's funny, when you're trading, it doesn't look this pretty.
Never does.
It never does it? But you look at this area now. This was just a great trade. A great trade in here. You know why? Because all I saw was barcoding.
Yeah.
Barcode, sideways. But, we had a couple good trades off of VWAP in here, and then we got the granddaddy trade all the way through. So, if we get down here, and what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going down. Bitcoin already had its leg down to retest its lows. So it's kind of, I really want to watch Bitcoin to see where it goes and what it wants to do. Because if Bitcoin gives up its support here, then I think the market follows. But right now, the market definitely wanted to retest this bottom here. Now, does it create a double bottom and continue up? Or does it just fall apart here and just catch up to Bitcoin? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see if it holds 38.27 or not, and what Bitcoin does in this area.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So we're close to order filled time.
Great. Well,
oh, look, it already popped 2 points. You went away from me.
You missed it.
That's about it, guys, for me. Why are we selling? Any breaking news? Is Mo asking us again why the market went down?
No, surely you've been watching the stream. No, Trump did not announce anything yet. He's teasing, but didn't announce anything yet.
Yeah, I mean, now the election, and that's a good point. So Mal brings up a good point. The election's going to be over. SBR pretty much done, right? I mean, we got to refill that sucker. Now any bad news that anybody's been holding back, I mean, the Fed governor's got to be coming out in force tomorrow, right? I mean, I predict, man, the Fed governor's going to be in force. I mean, we're going to see some yipping and yapping and talking this market down. So, I don't know, but the White House has told us it's, for some reason this country can't count votes. It may take all week to count the votes.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've already seen New Jersey and a couple other states have issues with like 20% of their ballots and their polls. So I think it'll probably take a couple days at this point. But yeah, I mean, look, SPR. I think a lot of things come out of the woodworks after the midterms that they've been waiting for to do after the midterms, and I think crude's going to be one of them.
Ty, you think this is the pathway now to 13,000 for Bitcoin?
You know what? That's what I'm feeling, because I feel like Bitcoin and crypto in whole was waiting for one last thing to just give up on, and now that it exposed another pretty major part of its issues, I don't see. I mean, I feel like this could be a nice pathway if we break 18.
Yeah, I mean, hey Mo, man, I saw your MDT making new lows yesterday. I think it was. So actually, look at what it's doing today. This thing. Man, I traded a year ago. I actually think it's a good company, but this thing is just a disaster. Look at this.
Yeah.
So Mo, I hope you're not, still in this thing here. I was thinking about you actually yesterday. Actually no, it was a green highlight, and then they look what they did. It was after hours actually that we saw with the earnings and stuff. They got themselves like obliterated. So Mo, I'm still in MDT. Wow. Oh, that stinks. We got to get Mo to get out of some of these things when they break structure. So the VIX, tech. Let's look at a couple things before we go here. Look at Tesla, trying to form a doji candle, but I mean, this action doesn't help it. Interesting, you got a nice little roller coaster ride on Apple. QQQs here, Ty. I tell you what, these things, nice reversal off of, we're now below the 9. We're sitting in between the 21 and the 9, and it's at lows. IWM's at lows. ES not. So.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag out there today. Dow still hanging in there.
VIX heading to 26, man. This definitely.
Damn, look at the Qs, man.
Yeah, look at that, man. So if you look at the 1 minute, let me pull up the trade analysis.
Dyna. I was gonna say they're bleeding a slow death, but they're not even bleeding. They're fucking bleeding a fast death.
Fast death. Well, they're actually not at low. I thought they were at lows.
They're right around lows.
Yeah, that's my bad on that. Yeah, I mean, Bornlab said market's melting down and GDX is hardly budging.
Dude, hang on though. Bornlab, we're going to have a massive money-making move on gold and GDX overnight. I'm telling you this time.
I heard that last night when we were drinking watching the football game.
I'm telling you this time. Overnight plays on gold to the downside, baby. We're going to be...
Downside? Look at this thing breaking out.
Exactly.
Is this the inverse?
Exactly.
I was going to say, what the hell, man?
I'm telling you.
Heard it here. Tyler's giving a little insight to where he's going to be going into the show tomorrow morning. Look at this. How could you be shorting this thing?
Only the gold master will be shorting this thing.
Actually, the last 3 days, gold has looked sexy.
Oh yeah, dude. Gold's sexy.
Yeah, but come on, Mal. Do you really think people are going to sell, people that own Bitcoin, do you think they're going to sell Bitcoin to go into gold? Unless it's Venezuela?
Well,
maybe Venezuela.
Look, if they're selling Bitcoin, the dollar's going to go up, and that means gold's going to go down. So I need gold. I'm telling you, man. Gold's going to pull back.
You think so?
Hunter is going to retest its breakout of 1685. Yep. So.
Order submitted.
You guys can either make bands with me or watch me make some bands. It's your choice.
Well, I want to make some money. You're right. They rather go bankrupt is what Mal said. They rather go bankrupt. You're probably right. People are in Bitcoin, not the smartest bulbs in the character. So look, we're back up, butting heads against this 328 tie.
Oh, man.
And the VIX, right, was vertical up. You got a nice little candle down now. Well, let's see. I placed an order for a wick fill in here, maybe.
Order filled.
Not yet. It came close. I now need to cancel that order because it didn't hit it.
Well,
That
the
was it?
hourly now closed and everything. Hourly closed a massive stiffy on Bitcoin. So probably get a little bit of a retracement here. I think it's what you're seeing in the ES. ES is creating an upper wick before it just continues its destruction down.
I got.
Order filled.
Oh, there it is. That sucked. That was not a good order fill.
Order filled.
Hell, man. That wasn't a good one. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's getting better, Ty. I'm green now.
Oh, man.
What are you going to do? Now I'm red.
You're
All
in
right.
trouble.
Well, that's it, guys. Let's see how it goes. I still think if Bitcoin can hold in here, I think we could definitely have a positive trade in the markets on the way up. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not
Maybe.
liking it.
If not, you think we're just going to fall down to the depths of hell?
Oh, I don't like the
Order
higher
filled.
time frames. Are not looking good for me. And Bitcoin's hanging out at lows. So Bitcoin,
Gotcha.
as far as I'm concerned, if Bitcoin just hangs out at lows and doesn't rebound, then I don't think it's good for the market. So
All right, guys. Yeah, I agree. Mass liquidation of Bitcoin. If you see Bitcoin capitulate, I think you see major sell-off.
yeah, agreed. All right. Well, go have fun out in the markets,
That
guys.
was fun, man. That was fun.
It's going to be an interesting day tomorrow as well. So I'm excited, but have a good rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in, and don't blow your accounts. See you guys.